Hi everyone, today welcome to Poulton-le-Fylde where we're starting our journey. How far can £3 take us on the bus? We're going to Lancaster, so we'll get the bus here. Morning, Lancaster please. Thank you. Here we are in Lancaster then. Yeah, that took about an hour and 20 minutes. But it was quite good fun actually. I enjoyed that journey and for only £3 you can't complain. So the next stop I think is to find some lunch somewhere. Alright, go on then. So we're all fueled up now. I don't recommend that McDonald's actually, it was horrible. So I won't be going there again, but let's go and have a look around Lancaster together. So we're here at the Lancaster City Museum. Yeah, oh, it's free. but donations are like, yeah, okay. So we'll probably go in there afterwards. Let's go and have a little look around first. Hey, I like this, ye old John of Gaunt. Now, who was awake in history? I usually wasn't, but I think John of Gaunt was something to do with the Wars of the Roses, wasn't he? So this we're approaching now is Lancaster Castle. So let's go and have a look and see what it's like inside. Oh, I like the crocuses. Yeah, it's beautiful. Her Most Gracious Majesty Queen Victoria, in company with, well, the whole family it looks like, visited Lancaster on the 8th of October 1851 when the adjacent oak tree was planted. Huh? It's presumably that then. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, you have to be fit to come up here. That hill is a lot steeper than it looks. But aren't these spring flowers behind me absolutely beautiful? Her Majesty's Prison, Lancaster Castle. I don't think there are actually any prisoners here any longer. Maybe I'm wrong, correct me on that if I am. I don't know if you can read that notice on the window, so it just says social reformer and Quaker Elizabeth Fry campaigned for better conditions in prison, and with her husband she visited Lancaster Castle in 1820 and expressed much satisfaction on its plan and cleanliness, order and industry, observing that they had seen nothing like it in other places, according to newspaper reports of the time. Oh look, they've got a cafe too. I reckon I should have come here for lunch. Okay, so this must be the actual prison bit of the castle. And I don't know about you, but I'm thinking it actually looks quite grand for a prison. Obviously I don't know what it's like inside, but yeah, it doesn't look too bad at all, does it really? Now this is something that I do remember from history. I must have been awake that day. Yeah, the Lancaster witches were tried at Lancaster Assizes back in 1612. I wonder if we can go in here and let's have a look. So yeah, that was only really a very small room, but it does tell you everything that you need to know about the Lancashire witches, or as they're sometimes called, the Pendle witches. 9 of them, together with Isabel Roby of Windle near St Helens. I don't want to say she's a relative of mine. They were sentenced to death by hanging here at Lancaster Castle. And the reason they were sentenced ranges from basically superstition. Essentially, people have always been judgmental busybodies. It's not a new thing, and so that's one reason. Another reason was James I of England, 6th of Scotland, who was monarch at the time, was quite worried about Catholicism, and some of them were Catholics, and yeah, they were sentenced because of basically superstition, or they didn't conform in some way. So yeah, and at the time Lancashire was considered a lawless wilderness, if you like. So yeah, it's quite a different place in those days, but it's quite interesting to go in and see the history of the Lancashire witches. It's that guy John of Gaunt again. I must look him up because I do remember his name, but I don't remember what he did. And isn't that view of Lancaster absolutely spectacular? I'll tell you what, this is absolutely gorgeous, and coming here on the bus was a good idea because you can come in the car obviously, but the traffic is horrendous, and also I don't really know where you'd park, and it's probably quite expensive, but came here £3 a single on the bus. Happy days. Let's look for... And wow, look at that, we're looking over Lancaster to Ashton Memorial, which is a building with a big dome on top in the distance. That's in Williamson Park. We haven't got time to do that today unfortunately, but I am definitely going to come back and do another video on Lancaster sometime soon, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video, remember, give me a thumbs up and give me a subscribe. I'll love you forever. Thanks. So that was Lancaster Priory then. What an amazing church. I did leave because they were doing their organ practice and it was sort of reverberating through the whole building, which I was the only person in there, and I am conscious that it's Saturday and I was worried that a wedding party might turn up at any moment, so I did leave, and now we're going to go back and have a look and see if we can go in the History of Lancaster Museum. That's the old fire engine. Romans in Lancaster. Ah, here he is again, John of Gaunt. John of Gaunt, Shakespeare's time-honoured Lancaster, was created Duke of Lancaster in 1362. I was completely wrong then, wasn't I? He's a great and powerful noble, married off his children into the royal families of Spain and Portugal. But he was only here in Lancaster for about a week. Even so, he became the symbol of Lancaster. Well, that looks a happy life. And even happier still. we're back at the bus station then, and Lancaster, I must say, is looking particularly lovely today. I've really enjoyed that visit. So yeah, John of Gaunt then, he's not who I thought he was. So who was awake in history? You can tell I was away when they did history. Who am I getting John of Gaunt mixed up with? I keep thinking he was something to do with the Wars of the Roses, which of course Lancashire won. Wouldn't have it any other way. But who am I getting John of Gaunt mixed up with? There was somebody, I'm sure. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and give me a subscribe for more travel videos. And in the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.